All right, good afternoon and welcome. Today on the 15th, Tuesday, 4 o'clock, we will call to order. And land acknowledgement. As we gather today, I'd like to acknowledge on behalf of Council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We'd like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we're extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We would also like to thank all generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Would there be any declarations of pecuniary interest for today's agenda? None being heard, we will go on to confirmation of council agenda.
That council adopt the amended agenda for October 15th, 2024 regular council meeting to include item 5, appoint acting clerk.
Do I have a mover? Thank you very much, Councillor Humphreys. And a seconder, thank you, Councillor Webster. All in favor? Thank you, Nikki. Delegations and public meetings, none being on agenda today. We'll move on to section 7, minutes of previous meetings. Any discussion, or do I have a move to adopt? Thank you, Councillor Webster. Thank you. Moved by, seconded by Councillor Campbell. All in support? Thank you. And we will move on to any business arising from any of the minutes by anybody. Nope, none being heard. We'll move on to committee reports. And jumping right in, I'll pass over to Chair Humphreys, please, for Transportation and Environmental.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Proctor. Page 7 of your package is your report, and just fuzzed it on my computer here, so just give me a second. There it is. Apologize for that. Page 7, there we are. Anyway, you probably had a chance to read it. Adam brought forth, our public works manager brought forth proposed departmental funding and operating and the private road applications, which we will talk, we are extending it for another month. And we approved the ones that were there. So, you know, that's pretty well up. And we're going to raise the cap to 30,000 for 2025. So, and the last thing on that agenda was the food cycler pilot program will be in with the 2025 budget. So, very good meeting with a new public member. So, all good.
Wonderful.
Any questions? Yes.
If I may, thank you so much for the open house, but also the test committee extending by 30 days, I think is a brilliant, give a few more folks the opportunity. The food cycler program is exciting. Was there any conversation with the approval of when timelines could be that residents, we might start having the devices for the food cycler program?
I think right in the, you know, if it goes into our budget, like it's going to cost everybody a bit of money. So we get a discount from the company, and the residents will pay their share, and we'll pay our share. So I don't think we talked about a date, because it has to be ordered, and I know everybody seemed very positive on sooner the better. So. You missed, I brought in a picture of, and the sample, because we won the REFRA program for quite a few years, and like a whole bucket, 2.2 liter bucket, just to a handful of composted material. So I think everybody was impressed with that too. So, but no, it's a good question. I will forward that to our public works manager. So, thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just to expand on that, I believe they were in stock and they wouldn't take long to get here.
Yeah.
The other thing we mentioned, and we're going to get some more research on, is getting a more commercial grade for our landfill. For the people that don't have it, at least our public works manager is going to bring forward something that maybe they just drop off their waste and we burn it and which will significantly reduce the amount of waste going into our landfill. So that it was discussed as well, but that'll be coming back to Tess, obviously, and then up to council for the 2025 budget. Thanks.
I think there was, after the survey was set out, there was 130 or 140 people that were interested in the program. So, and all the survey I went through and only saw a couple negative things by why we spend money on that. But I mean, everybody seemed pretty pumped about it, and I think it's a good program overall. So, and again, if we can expand to a bigger unit, more of a commercial unit, I totally agree. It could be at the landfill. We have the infrastructure to handle that with the hydro, and just a matter of putting it into an area that people can just drop off their food, you know, potato peels and everything else. So it makes a big difference. We used to take a regular black garbage bag out the road, and now we take out a little Mr. Glad kitchen white bag. So it made a big difference at our place. There's only the two of us, so the bigger unit, next size up would be better for families. So any other questions, or? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's great progress on a bunch of different programs, and wonderful to see the new public advisor member join in as well with Lois. Why don't we move on to, back to you, Chair Humphreys. We'll move on to recreation. I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Proctor. Yes, it's on page 9 of your package. Dan, another good meeting. We had some discussion about our first time to do a Sunday afternoon dance. Attendance was low, but there was also the Fireman's Golf Tournament on, and there was a lot of things going on. So we're booked in for the next couple. The next one is this Sunday, 1 to 5, and if it's pouring rain, I expect to see more people out. It was too perfect a weekend to come to an afternoon dance. So our Rachel is doing a great job down there. She's brought forth many evening fees and new recreation fees, which will be put in towards the budget, and council proposed book clubs, like she has gone through and did the inventory on every room, and great ideas. She's working on grants as we speak, trying to get that underway too, because she's been working with Public Works, Adam Knapp on that, because he's an expert at that, and she's catching up, and she's trying to keep on top of the new Trillium grants. And I think once we get another meeting in, we'll see how things are going. So it looks very good meetings, that's all I can say. Good people around the table, and lots of discussion. An hour and a half meeting, and lots of different points of view from everybody. So any questions on that report?
Just added comment, Rachel certainly has grabbed the bull by the horns and is making her American Horton here. Again, utilizing, you know, or trying to think of creative ways to use the upstairs room. We have accessibility for everyone to get up there. So she's looking at that to see what could be utilized up there. And then again, maybe she proposed a few changes for shuffleboard, but again, she's looking around, seeing ear to the community, seeing what people are doing, and if they can't find a spot, to see if it can be incorporated into our recreation program. So again, you know, I think she's really doing well there, and she had lots of resource material and networking. So this is her first rodeo. So she's very positive in everything she said and what she's bringing forth. So I think Councillor Humphreys has a pretty good arm there to work with her. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Campbell. Any other questions on that? Yes.
If I may, 2 items. One, love the idea of some micro fees and just some creative ways to use. Around the proposed book club, there's been a lot of conversation, so I think that's brilliant. Mm-hmm. Who can people be reaching out to for it, or I see here that it's set to start November, December, who could they reach out to get involved?
Rachel?
Rachel?
Rachel, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
brilliant.
because I know the tree, the book tree has been very, very popular down there, and she's gone through and did a little house cleaning now and again, but I mean, this is actually a book club where everybody's assigned to read a book. They made arrangements through the library, and then it's a discussion. It's like a discussion group. It's the old style book that the University Women's used to do, that everybody'd be assigned to read so many chapters and they discuss it. It's a thorough investigation of the authors and stuff, so. And then I said, well, my son had run a movie night down there back in 2015, 2016, and it was pretty popular by getting movies from O'Brien Theatre and showing them, then having discussions after the classics, Maltese Falcon and some of the old North by Northwest, the real old originals from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So, and it was pretty good attendance, and we can step it up now. We get comfy chairs and bigger screen TV. So that's all I have to say on that. So.
Wonderful. So we can debate if Fast and Furious is a Christmas movie. The only other question I had is relative to the rink. We had talked of looking to be getting some concrete put down. I didn't know if the rec committee had had any further discussion or any further update for that.
Adam had sent out the information on a regular cement was about $120,000, and then the ones with the pipes in it were about $700,000. So everybody's been talking about the best way to approach that, because the boards have to be all taken out, and it has to be laser graded, and then the concrete put in, and they want to do it all at once, and I don't think it'll happen this year, to be honest. I think it'll be in the budget, because it should be done first thing in the spring, where they can build the wall, put in the chain link facing the north, and as we do the infrastructure for the different ramps and stuff, so I think it'll be all tied in together, so, and I know it's going to be in the budget for sure, so, to work on it.
Okay. If I may have an ask for the committee then is to formulate, and happy to be involved to do this, formulate a bit of a back plan of what our end goal would be and then what some of those aspects would be. As you said, if it's a major upheaval of pulling the boards out, what other activities, but also what sponsorship. We've talked of sponsorship on boards, we've talked of sponsorship under the ice, right? Not necessarily on the concrete, but under the ice as well, so they can have designs and various shows that I know Rachel has got some great ideas
Yep.
on bringing together community around the pavilion, around the community center.
Yeah, we have Terry Runts, he approached us to start the ball rolling, and then he runs the bait shop down there, but I think he's got some really good ideas, and but again, it's got to go through the right procedure. We just can't go in and pour a bunch of cement and throw some water on it and hope the best. It's got to be done properly, and the boards that are damaged have to be repaired, and I agree. Once we get things organized, and as Councillor Campbell said the day of the meeting, during a meeting, that we sponsorships per board, and then that's sort of, you sell a board to certain businesses for advertising, and then that's when the ball starts to roll. Once people see, maybe we'll do an open house and get some ideas for plans, just like we did with the private road stuff. Get people involved, and again, we had a very good turnout for that. So if we have the same kind of turn up at the community center for the next project and people get behind something. I know the roof rink was fundraised, and it was a big expense, and they worked and got the debts reduced pretty good, and so I think the community's coming back, and we have our person down there, Rachel's doing a great job, and the lady everybody seems to be very happy, and don't forget trivia night, Friday night. So that's pretty well. We'll keep everybody posted, and I think we can get ahead on the stuff. So thank you, Deputy Mayor Proctor. So.
Wonderful, thank you. Great update. If that is it, we'll move on to section 10 of our agenda and information correspondence. On page 11 of your package. Any comments, areas to elaborate on in any of the information? Yeah, Councillor Campbell.
I can go first, since my voice is still good yet, so. The main thing that we were looking at is, in the package, was our Chamber of Commerce Pinnacle of Business Excellence Award, which is the next Thursday at 5:30 PM at Mattaway. The tickets are $30. If you can buy in advance, it's sort of great. Expecting about 120 to 140 people there. It will be the biggest crowds he's had since 2019. So as things are starting to get back, we got very good committees working on the different prizes, and they've changed some things because the volunteer stuff has now gone to the volunteer week, which is in April. So it's going to make the meeting more condensed, but it's going to be more like the 3 nominees will be all recognized, and then the winner will be chosen. It's like the awards night. You go so-and-so, so-and-so, and so, and the winner is, and everybody will be recognized, which is important, and they're invited, and if they want to bring their employees with them, sell them tickets and bring them, but Jamie Pohl will be the master of ceremonies, and the My FM Center, Mattaway, upstairs, so if you want to come out, let us know and get you some tickets and come and see. And again, this has got to be put into context for budgeting, because we are part of that group, Greater Madawaska, Adamston, Bromley, Horton Township, and the town of Renfrew. So I think we have to really start pushing our economic development, and I'm hopefully that Rachel can start working a bit on that too when things lighten up or we can give her more hours, so one or the other. We have to do something to be in the show, so that's all I have. So.
Well said.
Okay.
Thank you. Any further comments?
No, it's pretty much.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. You've echoed a lot of my sentiments in reading this, of the Business Excellence Awards. Is certainly the community and recognizing the business is key. Further recognizing what we do in Horton will be great. I think Rachel's done a great job also of pulling some of that information from those other sources onto the Township of Horton's website. I'm mindful that, as you said, the open house for private roads was very well attended, but even still there were people that have reached out that had not known about it. So it's continuing to look for ways to communicate and get the word out. So thanks for sharing about the October 24th. I'm unfortunately not able to make it, but I do look forward to learning who the recipients are, given the finalists have been announced. Thank you. If there's no other, we'll keep going to section, I'm sorry, I'm looking through the agenda and seeing none for action correspondence, none for bylaws. On to section 12. Am I correct, Nikki? All right. Notice to file motion for next council meeting. Done. Any staff or council members' concerns to be raised this evening? Yeah, Councillor Webster.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a heads up, some news coming out. The OPP billing is going up substantially. The Eastern Ontario Ward Caucus has put together on their agenda, they're getting everybody up the valley here of their increases. Everybody's been notified what their intended increases are and what that budget amount will, or what that percentage to their budget levy would be. So I do have some stats with me. Treasurer Moore will bring a more formal report at our next meeting in November. But looking at just the rough numbers here, our levy increase looks to be about 2.45%, our levy increase. The average through these 10, 12 people is over 3.2%. So we are on the lower end of that cost of levy increase. But it's still, everybody has gone up significantly, and some of them quite large, and I don't know, through the valley here. So we have to make our voices heard. So if you hear something out there that it's not just Horton, it is through the thing, that I just want the public to know as well, that this is coming forward from the OPP. But I just want to make everybody aware that, we got to tighten up here, the numbers, because this increase in our our increase would be $70,000 to our existing budget. So that's Horton's implication. So right now, so that's, I just wanted to bring that up for council concerns and with staff, but it's something we're going to have to be talking more about. And I think as a group through the valley here, I think we got to make our voices very well heard moving forward, because they gave us a decrease a few years ago. They decreased it, and now you're jumping up like this. Like, I don't understand it. And for everybody across the board, not just one area, but it's everybody across the board. So need some answers. And I know Treasurer Moore is working hard with all the other treasurers in the area to make the voices heard with the CAOs. Anyway, I just want to bring that up. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Webster. And indeed, it is all townships in the county being impacted. If not, I would argue all of Ontario. The challenge, you're very good to raise it up early, is our ability to absorb such a great increase. Thank you. Any other staff concerns to raise, or council? No? None being heard, why don't we move on to resolutions? Okay.
That council received the following reports as information: Test Chairs Report, October 9th, 2024, and Recreation Chairs Report, October 10th, 2024.
Moved by, thank you, Councillor Humphreys, seconded by Councillor Webster. All in favor? Thank you.
That upon recommendation from the Test Committee, council approved the 2024 private road grant program applications for reimbursement as per policy T01, and that the deadline for the 2024 private road grant program applications be extended until October 31st, 2024.
Moved by Councillor Humphreys, seconded by Councillor Campbell. All in favor? Thank you.
That upon recommendation from the Test Committee, council increased the maximum contribution of $15,000 per year towards the fund for the private road grant program, with a cap fund of $30,000 for the 2025 budget.
Moved by Councillor Webster, seconded by Councillor Humphreys. Thank you. All in favor?
That council received the CAO clerk's information memo for October 15th, 2024.
Moved by Councillor Campbell, seconded by Councillor Humphreys. All in favor? Thank you.
That council went into closed session meeting at 4:22 PM to discuss the following items pursuant to section 239(2), 3.11 of the Municipal Act: education or training, discussion of committees.
Moved by Councillor Webster, seconded by Councillor Humphreys. Thank you, and we are now in closed. All right, thank you. Can I get a mover to adjourn from closed? Thank you very much, Councillor Campbell. Seconded by Councillor Humphreys. All in favor? All right, we are out of closed. We'll move on to section 16 of our agenda tonight, confirming bylaw. I'll pass that to you, Nikki.
That council enact bylaw 2024-38, confirming bylaw.
Thank you very much for moving, Councillor Campbell, seconded by Councillor Webster. All in favor? Thank you, and that would have us adjourned at 4:54. Thank you all. Have a good night.